What's up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, cloud swing traders? Hope you guys doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys all had an incredible weekend. We got Albert and House. Good morning to you. We got Art. Good morning. We got Bill, Brian, Reppel. Good morning. Corey M. Julie's in the house. Good morning to Greg K. Jason L. Gonna rock with Jay Linder, JT, Lauren Lou's in the house. Good morning, Marius. Mark. We got Miguel, Phil, Randy, Tim, Win. All my peeps out in YouTube land. Good morning to all you guys. Win says new intro. Yeah, it's a little extended, but new intro for sure. Get it going. Good morning. We got Anna in YouTube land lurking. In YouTube land, lurking says, make sure you guys hit that smash that button. That's right. It's just you don't have to smash it. We'll just lightly tap it. That works too. Whatever you guys got, but hit that like and subscribe button. All right, so we got a little disconnect in the market. We got a couple things moving strongly higher, and then we got some other things just kind of falling back a little bit. But if you guys got tickers you want to take a look at, let me know. We got the SPY. So SPY is, well, unfortunately, a little bit of a gap down. So a little bit of a gap down on the SPY. We had a pretty strong close on Friday, so about 512.96 there, somewhere in that zone. I think is going to be today's resistance. How much of a resistance? I don't know. That was a strong close, very, very little wick. Since we are on a Monday, we have the luxury of going in to see where we're gapping for the week and how the week closed. That was a pretty strong close on the week too. So much bigger wick to the bottom, small wick to the top. And we closed very, very close to the highs of the week. So to me, it's still bullish. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be. But does that mean we can't get a little pullback? My support really comes in about 508.65. I don't know if we get down there today. I'd still that's my main support, but probably looking for the open of Friday, maybe. So 508.84. We also have the close from back on the open from February 23rd. That would put us at 509.34. And then we got 510.14. So there's a few spots that we could get some bounces. The main one for me, though, would be probably about 508.55. Like I said, I think with that close, maybe about a 50% retracement of Friday's candle. If we do pull back a little bit, some profit taking. Like I said, we do have a little bit of resistance above us, somewhere around this 512.80 zone, 512.92. But if we can start to break out of that, and I think that is a very breakable spot. Again, with that move on Friday, we got a little further extended from some of those moving averages. They're trying really hard to catch up, but we're so bullish, we're not even playing around with those. So probably a little chop day, maybe a little rest day for a Monday, and we'll see. It looks like we have a lot going on this week in terms of Fed coming out. Can you take a look at SE and race? Both of those ones gap a lot, Sky, but yeah, we'll take a look at those ones for sure. All right, let's take a look at the Qs. The Qs, a little bit different than the SPY. Pretty much right at closing. It's still technically a gap down by like 3 cents. By like 3 pennies. I got resistance right here, but we still got 23 more minutes for us to do something magical. I'm looking at 445.95 would be my resistance. Again, very, very strong close. I think that we could probably break out of that resistance, but we can't ignore it. And we'll see if we can just travel up a little bit higher than that. And then we're off to the races with zero resistance again. That should be fun. TLT. That one's a little bit bigger of a gap down. Again, nice close, gap down. Again, this one does gap frequently, but we're pretty much back into this range, almost right at that 50% retracement of Friday's candle, though. So if you're going from the lows to the high, this is about 50%. The negative side to this is you are gapping below all those moving averages, where Friday we at least came in a little bit stronger, was able to close up higher, but this is bearish gap and go on TLT. So we'll see if we can just chop around. I think that's our best case scenario for the market. I don't see us really breaking new highs of the day on TLT. So that's not going to help us, but hopefully we get a little chop. Otherwise, support on TLT 93.53. So we'll see if we can get some kind of bounce there. And we are at a pretty good support from back in this January 19th, 22nd, January 26th. So we kind of got the break. This all could be the retest. And I mean, if we could go bullish on TLT, that would be incredible. IWM with a gap up. This one would be a little bit of, this is a good gap. This is a good gap. I would think it would be a little bit of a retest where somebody might want to take profits, but that's an inside candle. I kind of have to go off of this one, even though this one's red. That was still just really a retest on a gap up. I think the candle might look a little like this one today. I think this one probably comes back for a retest. I don't know if we close as a high wave or indecision or anything like that, but I would look for like 205.74 on IWM. Otherwise, that is a good gap. Maybe even a high wave out of the gate, and then take a break, some kind of indecision, a little bit of profit taking, but looks good on IWM. All right, we got some tickers coming in. We'll take a look at SE first. So C limited, they do gap a little bit frequently. Not as much as I think race does, but this is a pretty significant gap though. This should be, I would put this one more as this retest. Do I want to play a fade on it? Is this earnings? All right, so this is a little bit different. Yeah, they beat by 10 cents on earnings per share. They also beat by 79.8 million in a revenue. It's going to be a tougher one to fade, I think, but this would be a fade, I think. I'd put this one as a fade. You are opening into a little resistance. There was definitely some buying off the lows. You had some good support, good accumulation down there. Took off. People definitely profitable. And you are into a little resistance. That's probably right around where my targets would be. So, yeah, I'd be looking for a pullback if I had to play something short. That might not be a horrible attempt. Again, we've seen things with massive gaps in this market. It's tough, but that should be a retest. I would agree. Racer is not a real thing, so we'll have to go with race. Ferrari. This one with a little bit of a gap down, maybe on some news. Sell Ferrari. Well, there you go. You don't need me. Barron's came out with a hit piece. So sell Ferrari. Analyst says the stock is accelerating too fast. I will disagree with the article. I'll agree that it is accelerating pretty fast, but that doesn't necessarily mean to sell Ferrari. But maybe take some profits. I'll go with the profit argument. It looks super strong. It's a Ferrari. It's supposed to accelerate fast. I don't understand. Now they're confusing me. Well, I would short the stock if it went slow. But yeah, I don't know. You're kind of playing that red candle. It is a gap and go from Friday, but that was tiny inside day, nothing too crazy. Look for support on this one, probably about 411.07. I think Barron's forgot we're in 2024. Is this a big move? Yes. Is it justified? Well, the gap happened on earnings with really, really good earnings. Beat on earnings per share, beat on the revenue side of things by 12 million. We have all those moving averages lying correctly. I'd still be more bullish than bearish on Ferrari. I don't really see a reason that this is the death of it, but this article is probably a little bit of a hit piece, and this thing looks like it's selling based off of that. Otherwise, I think people are actually going to look to buy the dip as opposed to sell. And I think that article is a little deceiving. Would it be a good idea to take profits? Sell some shares? Yeah. Get out of Ferrari? No, I don't see that yet. So look to find it if we can see a little support. The bigger one, if we start to break that first level, look for like a 402.13 as a little bit of a bounce spot. Lucian says coin if we haven't covered. Yeah, no, we didn't cover coin in the crazy bullish crypto market we've had on the weekends. Every weekend. I don't know. I'm starting to think that It's just a bunch of degenerates that are like, I need to trade something. And crypto's open. Miguel's like me. I'm bored. I know the crypto market doesn't sleep. But really good gap on this one. Again, we're not quite at a bigger resistance though, so I think this one at open can go a little bit higher. Let's see. Where do we want to come into on this one? Yeah, we're not really at an actual resistance. You don't really have good risk to reward going bullish up here. It's going to be almost impossible, I think, to kind of short, but uh I have about 223.54. Great consolidation. Uh and can we break through that 223? Yeah, probably. I'm gonna move coin on the list. I would love to see a little bit of a pullback. Coin has been tough to trade recently. Unless you're swing trading it. The day trade's been kind of tough on it. And we're also breaking out of some of those pivots too. A stretch target would be like 255. That would be up insane today though. Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll see what happens. But I think this will be a dip that gets bought up as well if we could get some profit taking, which we most likely will. So if we get any type of double bottom, good looking candle, some volume, even a high wave out of the open. This one does have some more room on it in the bullish direction. I just don't know if I want to be the first one in. Otherwise, yeah. Miguel says great trading on BTC this weekend. Yeah, yep. I'm guessing Mara is probably up there too. Not so much. Not as much as coin. So about 90 cents, still inside of Thursday's candle. We do have a nice little hammer. So let's see. Actually, maybe we use, I don't know if I want to trade Mara today, but I might be able to use Mara for my Coinbase trade. So we do have a hammer off some moving averages. We are inside this candle. So I would expect this one to fade probably into like 26.42. I could look to trade Mara at that point. So maybe about like 26.34, something like that. But if I could get down there, throw a stop underneath that hammer 24.42, that might actually give me a day trade on Mara. But I think if we could get down there on Mara and Coinbase is pulling back with it, that might tell me like, okay, now let's look for a Coinbase trade potentially. But we'll see how that one. See if we get any sympathies. Yep, SMCI going ballistic, Nvidia going ballistic. You got AMD up a couple dollars. So everything chip wise, TSM, real virtual demands in the house. Um, super microcomputers. I don't know. Almost at all-time highs, so that seems like a good spot to buy to me. uh, as much as I want to say this is a fade, and if it does fade, and this is probably what I'll be looking for, is 998.17. So give me some kind of a pullback. Better spot would be into like this 984.02. We're very close to the highs, and I think you got that flashback to this day for a lot of SMCI traders. Again, go out and sell it? No. No barons. Don't do it. But profit taking? This day was like a 20% day on SMCI to the downside. This was extremely wild. We're right back to where this opened. We might get some profit takers at open on SMCI just because the ones that did not get out here might look to say, okay, I got an opportunity. Otherwise, it looks extremely bullish. I think if I don't know if this candle happens and we drop 20%. I wish I did. Unfortunately, I don't. We do have good support on this one, which is a little different than from this day. If you're looking back at this day, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days in a row, almost 10 days in a row. And then that was a move from 590.54 to the opening price, which is 10.49. So that's about a $500 move. Here we actually put in a little bit of sideways trading. We managed pretty well in here. We built out some new supports. So I don't think this day happens, but I could see a little bit of a pullback on this one, just some profit taking in that previous danger zone. Just as I say that though, I think there's still a lot of people trying to go bullish. Let's take a look at Nvidia because maybe they'll move similar. Nvidia's up like $50. Oh no, $20 pre-market. So again, this one should be a little bit more of a retest. Should. I don't want to go long here. But maybe 820, 820.04, you probably have some takers, some buyers coming in. So again, if Nvidia wants to fade, maybe that puts some pressure on SMCI. We do get a little bit of a pullback there. So you got into SMCI 2 days ago. Fantastic. Yep. Fantastic. Right back to the highs. All right, we got AM Dizzle. Again, that is 2 strong days in a row. We have a wide open gap that did not get filled. I would put this as a retest as well. So a little bit of a pullback. The caveat to waiting for any of these pullbacks is their chips. Their AI related chips. As much as I'm like, this one should be a pullback, could this thing open and run? Of course. It's just going to run without me. And I have to be okay just missing trades. Otherwise, I can't change my trading plan, trading style just because it's the hottest market, the hottest sector I've ever seen in my life. I'd have to see if we get a pullback. So again, everything SMCI, probably the best chance of a bullish breakout. Otherwise, Nvidia and AMD might cause a little bit more profit taking, and then we maybe kind of pull back this 201 zone on AMD. So we'll see. TSM's another one. So we'll take a look at TSM. This one obviously a little bit different because you are going to have China related on this one. So as much as it is a semiconductor, and we've already had a good run, this one you do have a little bit more. They all have external risk to it, but this is a nice gap up. Is this news or earnings? Wall Street bets stock. Oh no, not again. Okay, not really news on Taiwan Semiconductor. But again, this one is this all-time high gap? No, it's not. You're into a major resistance. We fell here a couple times. Again, this is also a retest gap. I probably wouldn't mind looking for some kind of retest. I kind of want to, if I play a retest, I kind of want like almost an Apple or a Google, something that's not been holding up. Got a little extra pressure on it. Take a look at M. Macy's looks outstanding. Is this earnings? No, they already had earnings. U.S. equity futures turn cautiously lower. Pre-bell. Yada. This one looks good though on Macy's. I got one little resistance spot, and that's going to be sitting somewhere roughly around $20.85. Instead of Macy's, I kind of prefer Gap, and I don't know if we're doing the same thing. But Gap has usually, yeah, so that's a little different. It's not doing that same gap. If this one was gapping up like Macy's and the sector was moving, Gap has a higher short float. Otherwise, so right now, yeah, Macy's does look a little bit better in terms of at least the attempt. But still, probably want to wait for a little pullback on this one. M has news. Yeah, I didn't see the news though. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Macy's gets improved takeover proposal. They're trying to get. Yeah, somebody was trying to buy Macy's before. And looks like the target on that one is about $24, which means there could be a little bit more room on this thing up to 24. But that's probably we're gonna max out. So if it gets the run up there, and then the market's gonna weigh in how likely that deal is. Speaking of deals, and takeovers. I think Save was halted this morning. So Save got halted, and that one is dropping. I think JetBlue has withdrawn their takeover proposal or their buyout proposal. So significant drop down here. Again, it's very close to $5. But you do have one little support level here, which is 544. And the news is pretty fresh on this one. So see if this one wants to hold somewhere around 544. This could be a buyout. Buyout. This could be a fade higher. The question is to where. Maybe I think into $6.02, which is still a really nice gain on a $5 stock. But that's if that level holds. At least it's going to give us some kind of level we could look to trade around. So we'll see. And then JetBlue is going vice versa. Because again, don't forget, Spirit Airlines is almost bankrupt. So JetBlue would have been buying almost a bankrupt company. I think the JetBlue investors are kind of happy the deal's not going through. So, but little positivity on JetBlue. This one also has some room. You're looking at resistance. First resistance at least is $6.95. Second one after that about $7. So we'll see. And JetBlue has a 12.7% short float. All right. First resistance is not that far away on this one. Other than that, and if you think Spirit Airlines isn't going to die and go to zero, you buying it low. Let's see, we got AAPL. I think some of you guys want to look at Bitcoin too. We'll look at that one next. This one looks horrific. Yeah, you're starting to hear like some negative feedback on the little goggles, their scuba diving goggles, whatever they got. A little too bulky, which as soon as I saw it, I was like, this thing just looks stupid. But maybe people like it. I don't know. I'm just trying to find targets, but I like it to the short side on Apple. Maybe Apple, we get a high wave candle, something like that. Next target down to me would look somewhere around 175.85. If that one starts to break, I really don't have much, and I don't know if we hit this one today, but 173.43. So Apple could be a decent short. They got antitrust fine on Apple. I thought they resolved something. I thought at least one of their cases, because they have. I think Microsoft's the largest company now, followed by Apple, then followed by Nvidia. If you make it to those levels, you're gonna have a whole bunch of lawsuits, antitrust, monopoly talk. There's I don't think that's too uncommon, but one of them I think they just solved. I don't know. Yeah, it seems, I don't know. It seems like once you have some money in the bank, then a lot of people also would like to have that money too, typically. And then you just get sued for no reason. Antitrust, new red tape, all legal stuff. Google still looking a little bit short. I like Google around 132. That at least gives me that 200. There's also the support down there. This actually might be a better short than Apple. And I'd probably wait until this thing gets bought up at the open. Somewhere, like if I could get a short somewhere around 136.10, I think that looks good. That should be my first little resistance. Otherwise, there is a lot of room on this thing for Google to come down decent today. I don't know if we hit this 132 today. I think that would be a crazy sell-off, but probably get close to it, 132.48. So I'd love to see this thing get bought up a little bit, and then we have about $3 to the downside on that one. But yeah, both Apple, Google still looks like they have pressure on it to the downside. And yeah, I'm going with that. We got Tesla still sitting there on a unfortunate swing trade that just does not get filled at targets. Kind of crazy. But we have a we're right at support right at support where we got a bunch of different wicks. This one at least probably gets bought up at open, I think. And then we have to watch that $277 range, but this is just kind of holding this one. We held it pretty decently. If we start to drop pretty much past where we're at now, next immediate target on this thing takes me down to like 197.50 ish, and then maybe back to our entry, and hopefully we get some kind of a bounce spot. But so close. And again, if this thing does start coming back down to our entry, we've already got the stop up. We can't lose a heck of a lot on it. But then my targets could probably get a little bit higher for sure. So see how Tessie wants to act at open. BTC, I think I got like 30 seconds left. BTC USD. Looks like it is still skyrocketing. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 days of just inside building some pressure. And today looks pretty good for more continuation. Starting to get at least to some of these pivots up higher. The next immediate target I got is about 66625. And then the next one after that is about 67,800. After that, she gone. She's gonna run it up. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We still have a little bit of a mix where if you're in chips, you're still loving life. If you're in anything else, kind of shaky at this point, unless it's been a buyout or takeover type news or any of that stuff. So we'll see if this market, if the chips can again save it. My biggest problem is the chips are all looking a little retest-ish, and that's going to add some additional weight to the markets as opposed to helping. Otherwise, that's the morning bell. You guys are incredible out in YouTube land. Make sure you guys